Hi dear students, we will see in this video class the question answer of the lesson class 10, then especially here the class 10 or SLC. For this class we will see about that the class 10 unit 2 or lesson number 2, the Elixir of Life, written by c.v.raman. ಓಕೆ, ಈ ಒಂದು ಲೆಸನ್ಸ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಡೀಟೇಲ್ ಆಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ನೋಟ್ಸನ್ನು ಅಥವಾ ಆನ್ಸರ್ಸನ್ನು ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗೋಣ. ಓಕೆ, ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ದ್ಯಾಟ್. c.v.raman is the elixir of life. Okay, about the author. c.v.raman was born in the year of 1888 to 1970. Then Sir Chandrasekhar Venkataraman, it is the C.V. Chandrasekhar Venkataraman, okay, was born on 1888. For his famous discovery called the Raman effect, he was awarded the Nobel Prize for Physics in 1930. Next, King George knighted him for his contributions to physics. The government of India awarded him the Bharata Ratna. The Soviet Union honored him with the International Lenin Prize in 1957. Okay, it is about the author c.v.raman. Okay, in the lesson which written by, that is the Elixir of Life. Glossary version on self ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗೋಣ. Sought means search for, vain means worthless, confer means present with, billowing means spreading over a large area, speck means small mark, densely means crowded, teeming means to be filled, vegetation means plant life, couple means fair. Next, 10th one, silt means mud, unfailing means thoughtless, proof means kennel, emphasis means highlight, potent means powerful, vast means huge, leading means main, countryside means village, pond means lake, cattle means cows or bulls, quench means satisfy thirst, alas expression sudden feeling, cheering shout of joy, shallow means small, laden means heavily load, vital means absolutely necessary, overcast means cloudy. Okay, these are the important words, difficult words or new words in the lesson of the Elixir of Life. I hope those are also useful to you. Let's come to that comprehension questions. Answer the following questions. The first question is, what is the imaginary elixir of life? The imaginary elixir of life is Amrita, the divine nectar. Second question is, what according to the writer is the real elixir of life? ನಿಜವಾದ ಅಮೃತ ಯಾವುದು ನಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವರು. ಅಕಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಟು ದ ರೈಟರ್ c.v.raman, ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ರಿಯಲ್ ಎಲಿಕ್ಸರ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೈಫ್. ನಾವು ಏನೇನು ಹುಡುಕ್ತಾ ಹೊಂಟಿದ್ದೀವಿ, ರಿಯಲ್ ಎಲಿಕ್ಸರ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಥರ್ಡ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್, ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ವಂಡರ್ಫುಲ್ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ದ ಆಥರ್ ಟಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಇನ್ ಪ್ಯಾರಾಗ್ರಾಫ್ 2? On one side was a visible sea of billowing sand without a speck of green or a single living thing anywhere visible on it, while on the other side lay one of the greenest, most fertile or densely populated areas to be found, teeming with life vegetation. This is the due to Nile river flowing there. So answer of third question. I hope it will useful for your study for the Karnataka students. Okay, then if it is useful for you, then I need your subscription of this YouTube channel, because your subscription to our motivation to bring the more classes, the betterment of you. Okay, you can pause and write down and make your study, or you can take that screenshot also. What brought about this wonderful difference? River Nile flowing through the place down to the Mediterranean Sea has brought about this wonderful difference. Next, fifth one is, what is the cheering sight mentioned in paragraph 5? The rain-fed tanks that are so common in South India, which often are so sadly neglected in their maintenance when they are full, are cheering sight. Next, sixth one. What does the writer compare water into a landscape to? The writer compares water in a landscape to the ice in a human space. Next B. Why does he make this comparison? He makes this comparison because it reflects the mood of the hour, being bright and gay when the sun shines, turning to dark and gloomy when the sky is overcast or cloudy. Answer of sixth one. Next come to that seventh one. What is that seventh answer? How does the water in rain-fed tanks get its color? The water in rain-fed tanks gets its color due to the silt or finely divided soil in suspension in the water. This is the origin of the characteristics color of the water in the rain-fed tanks. This color varies with the nature of the earth on in catchment area and is the most vivid immediately after a fresh inflow following rain. Okay, next eighth question. What is the main cause of soil erosion? Sudden burst of excessively heavy rain resulting in a large run of surplus water is the principal factor in causing soil erosion. Next, ninth one. What other factors add to the erosion of precious soil? The other factors which add to the erosion of precious soil are the slope of the land, removal of the natural protective coat of vegetation, the existence of ruts along which the water can flow with rapidly gathering momentum, and the absence of any checks to such a flow. Next, tenth one. How can soil erosion be prevented? The terracing of long, the construction of bounds to check to the flow water, the practice of counter cultivation and the planting of appropriate types of vegetation can prevent soil erosion. ಈ ರೀತಿ ನಾವು ಮಣ್ಣಿನ ಸವಕಳಿಯನ್ನು ತಡೆಗಟ್ಟಬಹುದು ಅಂತ c.v.raman ಅವರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. Next, 11th one is how does prevention of soil give a double purpose? The problem of soil erosion and of inadequate or irregular rainfall are closely connected with each other. It is clear that adaptation of techniques preventing the soil erosion would also help to conserve and keep the water where it is wanted, in other words, on and in the soil, and such a techniques therefore serve a double purpose. Next, 12th one. What are the two sources of water mentioned in paragraph 10? The two sources of water are rain or snowfall or artesian water. Next, 13th one. The land formed of silt in all alluvial areas is always fertile. Say whether the statement is true or false. Statement is true. Next, 14. Dash takes place when water carrying silt mixes with the salt water of the sea. Soil erosion takes place. The right fill in the blanks is soil erosion. Next, 15th. Planting appropriate types of vegetation will result in the continuance of successful agriculture. Next, 16. What does the writer mean by civilized forests? By civilized forest, the writer means the forests which are man-made. These forests are not formed by themselves and are created with a lot of systematic planting of suitable trees in every possible and impossible areas. Next, 17. Mention any two advantages of civilized forests. They would check soil erosion. They conserve the rainfall of the country from flowing away to waste. Next, 18th question. How will development of hydroelectric power help to overcome inadequacy of water supply? The development of hydroelectricity power would make a tremendous difference to the life of the countryside and enable rural economy to be improved in various directions. It would enable underground water to tap and help to overcome the difficulties arising from irregular or inadequacy of other sources of supply. Next, 19th, complete the following sentence with appropriate details. The Nile Valley is the creation of River Nile. Dash a cheering side, the rain-fed tanks full of water. A remarkable feature of water is its power to carry silt or finely divided soil in suspension. It is the silt which gives to dash to water in red-fed tanks. It is the silt which gives characteristic color to the water in red-fed tanks. Soil is the foundation of all agriculture. Soil ಮಣ್ಣೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಅಗ್ರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್ಗೆ ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್. Next, F. Ruts are formed by cutting up and washing away of the earth due to large rapid runoff the surplus water. Next, terracing of lands help in prevention of soil erosion. Indian agriculture depends heavily on seasonal rainfall. Availability of electric power would enable the overall development of rural economy. Next, close study. Read the following extracts carefully, answer them. Much of Indian agriculture depends on seasonal rainfall and is therefore very sensitive to any failure or irregularity of the same. In what context the writers say these words? The writer talks about the soil erosion and the importance of conservation of water. Conservation of water would help agriculture at times of irregular or inadequate rainfall. The techniques of conservation of water would prevent soil erosion, which of great importance to agriculture. Next B. What does same refer to? The word same refer to seasonal rainfall. Same ಅನ್ನೋದು seasonal rainfall ಅನ್ನು refer ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. Next, see, why is Indian agriculture very sensitive? Indian agriculture ಯಾಕೆ very sensitive ಆಗಿದೆ? Since Indian agriculture depends on seasonal rainfall or does not have many other sources of water, it is very sensitive, easily affected by inadequate or irregular rainfall. Next, second RC extract. Closely connected with the conservation of water supplied is the problem of afforestation, the systematic planting of suitable trees in every possible and even in impossible areas, and the development of what one calls the civilized forests. For the questions of that RC, what is the problem of afforestation? The problem of afforestation is closely connected with the conservation of water supplied is the problem of afforestation. Next B. What does the civilized forest mean? Civilized forest means which are man-made. These forests are not formed by themselves and are created with a lot of systematic planting or suitable trees in every possible and even in impossible areas. Next, C. Why is afforestation an urgent need for India? As distinguished from wild and untamed jungles is one of the most urgent needs of India. They would check soil erosion and conserve the rainfall of the country from flowing away to waste. Okay, these are the extracts. Next, come to the paragraph writing. Answer the following questions. How does c.v.raman show that water is the real elixir of life? ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಅದನ್ನ ನಿಜವಾದ ಜೀವನದ ಅಮೃತ ಅಂತ ನೀರನ್ನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗೆ ತೋರಿಸ್ತಾರೆ c.v.raman ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಇದೆ. ಆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ಗೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ನೋಡೋಣ. c.v.raman shows that water is the elixir of life. He gives us the example of Libyan desert where there is no vegetation and not a single living thing visible. On the other hand, in the immediate neighborhood, the Nile Valley is teeming with vegetation and people. The water of the Nile Valley has made all the difference. He says that water is a wonderful thing and it has saved the history and civilization of our earth. He also adds that the presence of water makes the countryside beautiful and it has enabled agriculture to thrive. Water enriches soil and makes it fertile. If water is used judiciously, it can improve our economy by generating electricity as well as provide us with a cheap means of internal transport. He tells us that water is fundamental for human welfare. ವಾಟರ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಮೂಲಭೂತ ಒಂದು ಅವಶ್ಯಕವಾಗಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಜೀವಿಗೆ ಅಮೃತ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾನೆ ಎಲೆಕ್ಸಿರ್. Okay, what are the various causes of soil erosion? How can we prevent it? C.v.Raman tells us that soil erosion is a major problem in India. Soil erosion happens due to several reasons. Firstly, a sudden downpour of heavy rain can result in excess water carrying topsoil into the sea. Secondly, the slope of the land and the removal of the natural vegetation and the existence of ruts along which water can flow rapidly can give rise to erosion. Thirdly, the lack of bunds to prevent water from flowing forcefully can lead to erosion of soil. Next, third one. What does the C.v.Raman say about rain-fed tanks? C.v.Raman tells us that rain-fed tanks are common in South India and they are beautiful when they are full, but they do not well maintain. The tanks are shallow. The water in these tanks is full of silt. These tanks play an important role in South Indian agriculture. Some of them are large and look beautiful when the sun rises or sets over them. Okay, like this we have the end of this, the answers of the second lesson, the Elixir of Life. I hope it is useful for that all Karnataka SSLC students, our class 10 students. If it is useful from your side, I need your subscription of this YouTube channel because your subscription is our motivation. Okay, you can make their subscription for that our motivation and subscribe this YouTube channel, and who need this you can share them, and whatever you have the doubts you can comment in the comment section, and if you like this video class you can give that like. Okay, then thanks for watching. I will come to that one more new video class. Okay, bye, see you in the next class.